Happy Mother's Day. What's going on, y'all? Thank you so much for your patience in allowing me to postpone this watch along 1 hour later than we normally do on Sundays because I had a day. I had a day at work. Holy crap, Mother's Day. Many of you know I'm in the restaurant business. These days are Armageddon. Got my ass handed to me. I am beat. Basically, I worked 9 to 5 today. Just got home a little while ago, just in time to come home, put some food in my stomach, throw my lights on, turn on my camera, my mic, and get ready to watch In Your House numero dos, I should say. And this watch along is being paired with today's In Your House #1 review. Today is the 28th anniversary of In Your House #1, all the way back on Mother's Day, May 14th, 1995, about 3 weeks before I graduated high school. And I did and dropped a review of that show up today. So that's up right now. If you guys haven't seen it, please check it out. And I did that kind of in lieu of doing a shorter watch along tonight because I knew I was going to be at work all damn day. So by the time I got home, 5 o'clock here on the West Coast for a watch along is pushing it. That's why I needed to be 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And since we're going up a little bit late, I didn't want to force you guys to stay up too late with a big 3-hour pay-per-view. So we're going to do In Your House, and this is less than 2 hours long. This should be nice and easy and perfect speed for me because I am on fucking fumes. Beat down, man. What a day. But I survived yet a Mother's Day, probably my 31st Mother's Day that I've worked in my life in the restaurant business, and they are gnarly. And today was no different, but I survived. I'm here. I'm happy, and I'm ready to rock and roll on In Your House #2. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. We're not going to waste too much time since it is a little bit later in the evening here. I don't want to keep any of you up too late if you're on the East Coast, but I do want to say hello to all of you and welcome you to our In Your House #2 watch along. I remember this show pretty fondly because of all the drama that went down with Jeff Jarrett and the roadie and Jeff singing With My Baby Tonight, and then losing the Intercontinental title to Shawn Michaels, the big lumberjack in the main event or lumberjack match in the main event. And I'm pretty sure this is the final pay-per-view match of Lex Luger in the WWE. I think the Allied Powers took on Owen and Yoko. So other than that, I'm really not quite sure what else is on this card, but it should be fun taking a look at it. And I'm excited to take a trip back, way back to 1995, 28 years ago, and watch some In Your House. I had a blast reviewing In Your House #1. I watched that the other night, recorded the review yesterday, and had a blast doing it. It was fun looking back on a show that really wasn't that good, but of a show that I have a lot of fond memories of. So that video, however, though, could use some love. The views on that are going to do fine, in a couple of weeks, but today they're a little slow going. So if you can go over, show that video some love, give it a like, and maybe comment or something like that. Help out them algorithms, you know what I'm saying? That would be very much appreciated by me. And now we're here just to kick back and take it easy because Greg needs a cold one. I've got one right here, big ass, giant cold one. I'm going to crack this sucker open. I've eaten a nice, delicious adult gummy, half of it anyway. And yeah, a little green gimmick, and I'm good to go. What a day. I'm ready to kick back and hang out with you guys. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I want to welcome our channel members like Zane G, Tatanani, Jay Lambo. We have Jeff McMahon in the house. What's up, buddy? Where's my other channel members? Victor Cologne, Zach Palgett is here. The Juliet. Good to see all the normal faces in here. Our friend George Morris is chiming in with his token $5. Thanks, dude. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito? In Your House 2, 10 out of 10. I was 15 years old. Dark Side of the Ring. Will you be reviewing Doink the Clown? Man, I love your super chat messages because they are just such a word salad, and that's why you're awesome, George. But to try to decipher this, Tito, of course, he's doing well. See that Mick Foley flannel sitting on the couch right behind me? He's underneath that, chilling out in his little fort. I'm glad that every pay-per-view that we watch, you seem to say is a 10 out of 10, and any modern pay-per-view we review is a 0 out of 10. So I like that. You were 15 years old. I had a couple of years on you. I had just graduated high school when this show happened, and I was just 3 weeks away from graduating for In Your House 1. But by the time we got to In Your House 2, I was out, baby. I was an adult. I was still living at home, but only for a few more months, and then I would get my own apartment and enter into adulthood, and I never left. I've been stuck in this adulthood shit ever since. I'm wondering if there's an end in sight. I don't know if there is. Dark Side of the Ring, will I be reviewing? Or, I guess maybe Doink the Clown is an episode. I just thought you meant, are you reviewing Dark Side of the Ring? And then you just mentioned Doink the Clown just for fun, but I think Doink must be a Dark Side episode. I'm not sure if we're going to do full-blown reviews of those, but I fully expect to mention the key points of the Dark Side of the Ring episodes on our Saturday Winged Eagle podcasts when those air. So we'll have to see how good this season is, but I'm looking forward to it. The Juliet, I think I got you as well. I said hello. I think I got all of the channel members up. There's another one, Ramon Coffee, but I can also say hello to Mike Rouse. Good to see you. Video Schnitt und Edition. Good to see you as well. We Are Pro Wrestling. Glad you're here, my friend, in case I have some 1995 questions, although my brain's pretty sharp in 1995. I think I got my act together, but I might need you anyway. You never know. But I'm glad you're here. Thanks, dude. Who else is here? William Cullen in the house. Ruthless Millennium. Yes, that is the Cablevision TV guide or the preview guide. Everybody loves the scroll. I thought it would just be a funny countdown screen to use, and you guys have been marking out for it ever since I debuted it. Office music, airport music, softcore porn, all sorts of great chat comments in here so far. I love that. Dentist office music, it also sounds like that. HBO and Showtime softcore porn comments, because those were in the scroll there. That's very cool. David Brown, not sure if I got you, but it's good to see you, man. Welcome back. Looking forward to the watch along after seeing wrestling on Saturday. What the hell happened yesterday? Was there wrestling on yesterday? I don't remember. GQ Smooth, good to see you as well. Who else is here? Brad, 2023. I'm happy you are here. Martin Tomlinson, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. Reverend Blue Jeans in the house as well. Angie Law, Flava Flav's friend, Angie. Or wait, didn't you tell me you were friends with Flava Flav's brother or cousin or friend or something like that, and he made you dinner? That's awesome. I'm coming whenever you meet Flava Flav. Hit me up. Invite me. Surge is here as well, along with Seth Hayes, the Resident Evil More 1215. Big J in the house as well. Good to see you. And everybody else. Ray Frand. Oh, yeah, Rampage was on last night. Sorry, I forgot. Ray Frand, good to see you as well. I think that pretty much does it for the pleasantries. Oh, I get it, David Brown. You went to a wrestling show in Scotland. That was awesome, I bet. Cool. So you got to go to I'm assuming an independent show last night. Now you get to hang out with us watching a very, very bad year in WWE. 1995, as Gorilla fan here says, might be the worst year in WWF history. I agree. I think it's even worse than 1994 because at least with 1994, they had some solid pay-per-views. The Royal Rumble, that weird Brett Luger finish, that tie thing was weird, but the casket match was very good. WrestleMania 10 was one of my favorites. SummerSlam that year was also one of my favorites with Brett and Owen in the cage. Didn't love Survivor Series too much because of what Bob Backlund and that dirty, rotten, stinking Owen Hart did to his lovable brother Brett by manipulating his beautiful mother Helen and costing Brett the WWE title. Still haven't forgiven Owen for that, but I'm trying. I'm trying real hard, man. I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd. Seth Hayes, did I get you? I think I did. And yes, it was Flava Flav's brother. Thank you for that, Angie. What a story you shared with me on the Twitters yesterday. All right. Doesn't Diesel injure his arm in this match? Surge, no. I think he did that in Your House Number 1, the review that I dropped today. There was a power bomb in the Sid and Diesel match in the main event that I believe either We Are Pro Wrestling might know the answer to this. It either injured Diesel or that was the spot they were using as a reason to give Diesel a little bit of time off to get the elbow procedure done. I know he had a procedure on his elbow. He was off or out of the ring, I think, until King of the Ring when he returned and they put Diesel in a tag, probably to lighten his load a little bit and give him some more time to recover from that procedure or injury or whatever it was. I don't remember what, but I remember them mentioning that it was the power bomb that injured him, but it might have just been a cover for a procedure that he already needed done, and they did the injury thing. Don't remember. But he is back 100%, I believe, for this match against Sid, and it was a lumberjack match, and I do remember it being pretty fun and interesting for the time. Even though this is only an In Your House, I don't recall this being a really bad pay-per-view. Much better than In Your House number 1. It's kind of funny that I reviewed a shitty pay-per-view on purpose today, but that's what I did. Now we're here to watch the sequel to that, which is a much better show, in my opinion. That's right. Tatanani was at WrestleMania 11. That means we have something in common because I was at WrestleMania 15 and they both sucked. So raise your hand or speak up in the chat if you too have also been to a really, really crummy WrestleMania, because me and Tatanani have. But anyway, you guys know the drill. Head on over to your Peacock, pull up WWE In Your House Season 1, Episode 2. We rarely do an episode 2 on these. It's always season 1, episode 1. This time it's season 1, episode 2. The runtime, according to Peacock, for In Your House number 2 is an hour, 55 minutes, and 34 seconds. So go ahead and pull that up. Watch all the ads you need to watch. Get all your zeros across the board there, and we will hit play in just a second. Once we do, the timer right here will begin to run, and that timer will be our safety net. If anything happens to you or me, we just sync up with the timer and we can watch this thing with no issues. That is the plan. And since this is less than 2 hours long, this should be a pretty quick watch. So hopefully you guys have pulled up your Peacock. We really need to get this going because I do not want to keep you guys up too late. On the East Coast, if you're in Scotland or Timbuktu or Japan or here in California, you probably got no issues. But them East Coasters, man, them nerds at the sleepover, they got to get their rest because they have to work in the morning. I do not. Mondays are my Saturdays. I'm off every Monday. I've been off every Monday for, I guess, about 25 years now. I've just negotiated off every job I've ever had. And Mondays off is the way to do it. Anywho, let's get our fingers on the triggers here. I'm going to get my timer set up and the play button, and we're going to do a countdown from 3, and then we're going to hit play together. So I am ready if you guys are. There we go. Just get my finger on the position. All right, I am ready here, and I am ready. You know what? I'm not quite ready. Let's do this. There we go. There we go. Now I feel more comfortable. Okay, I'm ready if you guys are. You ready to rock? We're going to do a countdown from 3. 3, 2, 1, play. Perfecto. That means perfect in Spanish, in case you didn't know. Do not skip that intro if it asks you or prompts you. Oh, I like the music already. Oh, yeah, Nashville. That's right. I forgot they were in Nashville. I completely forgot. That's why the whole With My Baby Tonight thing was such a big deal. I'm not a big country western fan. I think the only person I like is Dolly Parton. She's the best. The rest of them, though. Oh, yeah, the In Your House song. In Your House. And for those of you who watched the review today, I talked a lot about how difficult it was for somebody just finishing up high school having to watch what at the time was a very, very corny, cheesy, Disneyland looking like product. And things would get a lot easier for me in the next couple of years when they would transition to the Attitude Era when I was like 20, 21, 22. Those were great ages to be for the Attitude Era. But here, man, it's like, you know, Stephanie Wyand looks like she's a kindergarten teacher. Todd Pettengill's just crazy mad energy. WWF Mania looks like it's fucking Sesame Street. And I remember having the conscious thought, like, I can't believe how lame this shit is that I watch, but I still watch it and I still love it. I was in the closet, man, in the closet hard back then as a wrestling fan. Aside from my close friends who, of course, knew I watched wrestling, nobody else did. I even had a high school girlfriend who had no clue. We only dated for like 6 months, but she never knew. I don't even think she ever found out. Julie, if you're watching, I'm a wrestling fan. Look at Jerry Law. What the hell is this? He's got a cowboy hat with his crown around the... Vince, don't wear that. Don't unbutton your shirt. No. It's still 1995. I'm not ready for you to be sexy yet. So first lumberjack match on pay-per-view, Lawler is claiming, and I think that's accurate. Yeah, big night for double. I haven't even opened my fucking beer yet. What the hell's wrong with me? Cheers, guys. Can you two-step? There was a 1-2-3 Kids back. Now on the review today, he phoned in because he was injured. He was supposed to be in the handicap match. He might be facing Rhodey here, actually, because he said to Vince on the phone that he was going to come back and get revenge on the Rhodey. Very awkwardly, he delivered that message, but he said it. Hmm. Never wear that, Vince. I'm with you, Ray. What the hell's he thinking, bro? Jesus, man. Glad to see the kid back. He'll be back for about another year. About 1 year from now, he'll be in WCW. Hey, look, it's the real Double J, Jesse James. And I remember at the time, I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him as an Armstrong. I'd probably seen his matches in WCW, but I just didn't. It was probably the hair and everything. And I don't think I knew he was an Armstrong until he came back as Jesse James in '96. It just wasn't registering to me. And I somehow didn't notice it, recognize him, or read about it, or anything. I just did not know who he was. And then once I learned it, I'm like, oh, I guess I knew that, but I didn't, just wasn't registering in my noodle. I love those kicks. I love that sequence with the kid, the rib kicks followed by the very awkward looking spin kick, but he landed all of them. Yeah, Rhodey's sloppy, but kid isn't. It's so funny you mentioned that because I didn't even put that together. These guys would have a match of 5 years later at SummerSlam, right? I was there, SummerSlam 2000 in Raleigh. That was when they were kind of members at DX, but kind of rivals a little bit. And they would be partners and opponents several times. And this is way before. I mean, Kid is still going to have to go to WCW and be a member of the NWO before he even comes back and does any of that shit. So they probably had a tag team title match or two as well as partners or something. Maybe after Billy went and did his ass thing or something. Not a great looking power slam, but whatever. Yeah, Gorilla Diesel in '93 did look like Vinny Vegas. I wonder if they were related at all. They could pass for brothers. I mean, they really, really look alike. I wonder if Kevin Nash has ever heard of Vinny Vegas. If he ever watched his work or anything. See, they're already trying to tease here dissension with Rhodey and Jarrett, where Jarrett's not even paying attention to Rhodey's match. He's just thinking about his singing. We Are Pro Wrestling. Help me out with the story here. Now, I know later on after the IC match, there's some legitimate problems that happen with Jeff Jarrett. He leaves the company. But they were already teasing the dissension here with Rhodey. So I'm wondering, had those issues never happened as X-Pac gets crotched and posted at the same time. I'm wondering if, had Jarrett not left on this night, was the plan to do a split between Rhodey and Jarrett and then for it to be revealed that it was Rhodey who was singing With My Baby Tonight and then they feud? Is that what they were going to do? But I don't even recall why Jeff got mad and left, but he bounced and then he wouldn't come back until the end of the year. He'd work with Ahmed. Wow, he'd work with Ahmed at the Rumble, and then he'd be gone again. He'd be gone another year and a half until he came back in that late '97, cut that shoot promo on Raw after a stint in WCW. Jack Doan, shit, props to your hair, man. Looks good. Check out that referee's hair. Wow. Rhodey's like, damn, I didn't even know I was that strong. All the Armstrongs, he was the worst in the ring, but he had the best rhythm and the most charisma. It's weird how that can work sometimes. Because I've always felt like Scott and Brad, and of course their dad were just way better athletes than Road Dogg. But Road Dogg went on to have more success than all of them combined. What's that meme with that like chipmunk going? It's like that, or whatever that animal is. Sloth or something. You know the one I'm talking about. Okay, so there was a plan for a Summer. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. SummerSlam match, Jarrett and Rhodey. I'm surprised they didn't get Diesel and Shawn back together quicker, you know? Like I talked about that in the review today that Bam Bam came out and made the save at the end of that match. It should have been Shawn. They put Shawn in the King of the Ring instead, but Shawn didn't win the King of the Ring. So why even bother putting him in there if he's not going to win it? If you don't have plans for Shawn to win the King of the Ring, then you just bring him back up and team him with Diesel, and you can still find a way to get him a match with Jarrett for the IC. Bam Bam, who didn't even get along with the Clique, inserted into that was just weird to me. And what a terrible King of the Ring. I think the main event was Diesel and Bam Bam against Tatanka and Sid. Why would he trade blows with a man like the Roadie? It's not like Roadie's Brock Lesnar, Vince. I'll trade blows with the Roadie. I love that too. One of my favorite kid moves. He whips him into the buckle, and then he comes in with a hard drop kick. And I also liked his leg drops. Let's see if he's going to do one here. Kid would kind of come in at a diagonal, like on his leg drops, instead of like the big Hogan bullshit. He had unique offense for 95. To a modern fan today, probably doesn't look unique at all. But I'm telling you, back then, kid was impressive. Yeah, I know why Bigelow came in like storyline wise because of the $1 Million Corporation stuff. It worked, but I just thought Shawn would have looked better. Like Bigelow could still feud with the $1 Million Corporation, but maybe just separate from Diesel and Shawn, or put the three of them in 6-man tags or something. Reunite Shawn and Diesel, which they would end up doing. But have Bigelow come in from time to time. That's the way I would have done it. But oh, Rhodey missed. Yeah, WWE learned a hard lesson in 1995, and that was one of the first nights I think that they realized that they need to pay attention to where they are and pay attention to their audience, because that hokey fucking bullshit, the same crap I was talking about in the review today, trying to present that crowd to a Philadelphia audience at King of the Ring. Oh my God. He won. He beat him with a second rope drop kick. I had no idea Rhodey won this fucking match. Well, I guess that actually makes sense that he did win, because if the plan was to go with Rhodey and Jarrett at SummerSlam, having Rhodey pick up a win here and Jarrett pick up a loss. Show me a replay of that. Second rope pile driver. Jesus. Why did 1-2-3 Kid leave, go to WCW? He had some problems. WWE just let him go. He was like one of the only people during that war that was offered a chance to leave. I think Vince was like, if you want to go, go. And so he did. Once 1-2-3 Kid went heel in a couple of months, it was all downhill. It ended so fast for him. Tatanka, same thing. Once 1-2-3 Kid and Tatanka, once they both went heel. Look at this. That looked really good and very well. Props to both guys for somehow keeping that safe. I don't know how you make a second rope pile driver safe, but I feel like they managed to do it there. Mike, check. Mike, check. Look at the drummer. Check out Eddie Money, the drummer. Always thinking about Double J first. What a professional that Rhodey is. Sid. We're live, pal. Oh, Todd, he lost the mullet. He was still rocking the mullet back in May. Yeah, that laugh. I mean, I don't remember seeing Tatanka much later than this, right? I don't recall seeing Tatanka again on pay-per-view after this. It might have been the last pay-per-view for him and Luger. Let's do this again. We're live, pal. I always loved that Sid thought he was the ruler of the world. Look at Barry. Check out Barry. Look at these guys. Look at the babies' faces. There's Sean and Sid. We got Billy and Bart. We got all of BSK in there. I want that house, or I want that shirt. I want that in your house shirt. Will you guys call, get out your phones, call 1-800-TITAN-91. It's only $16 plus $4 shipping and handling. So it's only $20. My P.O. box is in the description. Call that number and send me one, large. Oh, I think I see Techno Team 2000 back there, Bill Watts' son, and Dro C. And who was the guy with the mullet? Shit, I can't rewind it. Or with the blonde mullet, almost looked like Bryan Adams, but it wasn't. Oh, it's Mabel again. Oh, and so now on the earlier In Your House, the review today, Mabel was in a qualifying match for King of the Ring. King of the Ring is now come and gone, and Mabel has won that thing. Pretty sure they had Razor originally in the King of the Ring too, and then he got injured, and then Savio nearly went the distance in there. Oh yeah, and then they take it out on Razor. I'm not sure if I don't recall getting any King, Mabel, and Razor Ramon TV matches. I'm sure some existed on the house shows. I don't recall seeing one of those on Raw. Maybe it happened, but it felt like they were kind of kickstarting a feud between them at King of the Ring, and maybe that's what's happening here. I don't even know who's in this match. Maybe it is Razor. It is Razor. Look at there. So this is the match we're going to get. Is this going to be him and Savio against Men on a Mission? Or is it just, yep, it's Savio too. Okay. Well, there we go. Ask and you shall receive, Greg. I only knew like about 3 matches on this card. I forgot all about this one. Razor no longer is hanging out with 1-2-3 Kid. He's now with Savio, completely shifted his focus away from the IC title onto Mabel. And now Sean is challenging for the IC title. It feels like Razor would still want a claim to that since he lost it in such a BS way at Royal Rumble and then won via DQ at WrestleMania and then beat Jeff Jarrett at In Your House in that handicap match. Why does he suddenly not care anymore about the Intercontinental title? The pay-per-view after this would be ladder match number 2 between Sean and Razor. Not as good as WrestleMania 10, but still a good match. I love the bad guy. You're the best. I think it should be he's the best. Because if you're saying you're the best, she's probably talking to me. Razor still got the Home Depot back brace on. In case he's got to lug some insulation out to a car. I don't know if Savio got a mega push, but he definitely, even though he didn't win any championships, I think he had like one of those quick little like intercontinental title wins and then they took it away from him. Some shit like that happened with him and Jeff Jarrett, I think. But other than that, he didn't win any titles, but he was trusted in terms of being in there with main players. Like they brought him in right away with a Click member in Razor Ramon. He had a great showing at the King of the Ring the previous month. He would the next year be the guy to beat Steve Austin and get $1 Million Man away from the ringmaster or away from Stone Cold, allowing him to go become the star that he was. When Shawn Michaels got injured before WrestleMania 14 and missed that In Your House, Savio stepped in. And there was a little show in Puerto Rico about a week ago. He turned up, got kind of a decent ovation, to say the least. Some guy named Carlito, a couple people cheered for him too. I think there was like 3 or 4 people in the front row that cheered for Carlito when he came out at Backlash. Little golf clap, you know. Shout out to my buddy Daniel. I don't know if he's watching. He tweeted me a picture or DM'd me a picture last night of him meeting Carlito. Daniel works the Independents in the Carolinas. And Carlito was working one of his shows. He goes, I'm from Puerto Rico last week to our little show tonight, and got a picture with him. Carlito looks jacked, man. Mo now. I don't even really recall how Men on a Mission went heel. I want to say I think it was something with the smoking guns or something. Just turned him. Oh. You can see them tats on him. You know, we'd get full view of those tattoos in a few years. Savio over the top. Abel, that outfit is just those parachute pants. I always wonder if, Viscera, Mabel would change up his look in later years, but I always wonder if he had a different look here, if it would have affected his career at all. It's the parachute pants look weird, but a guy like that big, there's only so many things he can wear. So I don't know how he would look with a different getup. Inseguri from Big Mabel to Savio. Nice. Chris Ludek, good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the $5. Hope all is well, Greg. I know Nash was a longer reigning champ, but when Sid was champ in 96, I think he was way more over with the crowd. Maybe. People don't give Nash enough credit for how over he was in 95. He got really good crowd responses. You could even see that in the review I did this morning in Your House #1 coming out to Diesel. He got ovations like 1995 ovations. But by the time Sid won the title, WWE was a lot different than it was here, like at this time. So I think maybe the crowd was a little bigger. Sid got that great reaction in Madison Square Garden. But Sid was a heel during that. So, I mean, the only reaction that I can remember him getting that was really overwhelmingly positive was Survivor Series at Madison Square Garden. After that, I guess he got some cheers, but I don't know. I guess that would be, was Sid as over as a heel as Diesel was a face? Maybe. But I'm not sure if he was way more over with the crowd than Nash was. It was a different audience too. I mean, even that short amount of time, the landscape changed dramatically. But I wouldn't sell Nash's reign short. A lot of people look back on Diesel's 95 run, as one that was kind of underwhelming. He wasn't a huge draw, but he got crowd reactions. Vince wouldn't have kept the belt on him for a year at that time. If he was a complete snooze fest. So I think it was close. I really liked the reaction Sid was getting, but I never like to sell Diesel's 95 run short. He should get a little credit for his run there. He didn't have the best opponents every month, but WWE went with him for a year, and that was pretty rare to see back then. Classic era. I mentioned Vince McMahon's New England accent today on the review too. The Triangle of Terror, and here he said era. He made an era. Wow, be careful. Jeez, what a throw by Mabel. Not bad. Population 420. Good to see a 9-month member. You're working a restaurant as well. Mother's Day is worst. Exhausted. Yeah, I'm exhausted too. I've had it rougher in the restaurant business. Like all during my years of paying dues, the day I had today, I had every day. I had that for years. Every single day was just brutal ass kicking days. But now that I've been in the business 30 years, I've kind of got a Brock Lesnar schedule. I don't do a whole lot of these Armageddon type, just madness days anymore. But when I do, they take a toll on me, man. Today was rough. Yeah, good point. Fans were also kind of tired of Shawn Michaels at that point, and we were venturing into a different attitude, in society and in wrestling in general. And that sexy boy dancing around shit wasn't gonna pair well with guys like Austin and Psycho Sid, and so the fans were kind of getting sick of that. Plus, it's New York, where they tend to be the first ones to get over people. Steve Austin and Sid that night got really positive crowd reactions from MSG. Mo is going to go for what, a Vader bomb? No, moonsault. He put his knee up there. Oh, hey, not bad. It did not look good when he was doing it, but he rotated all the way through. Hakushi impersonation. All right, here's Razor. Ooh, Mo selling the right hand. How quick Mo is up. Shit, Mo's a better worker than Mabel. Put the king of the ring on him. Make him the king of the ring. What's Mo up to these days? He has not passed away, right? Uh-oh. Damn. Fucking Mo struggled to get Razor up, but he did. Mabel, I don't recommend that. Oh my God, he's not going to press slam. He is. Wow. I didn't even think Mabel could take a bump like that. Holy shit. Props to Mabel for even getting up there. Jesus Christ. DDT, good one too. Oh, he's coming for what, a leg drop? Ooh. It's a good thing he missed that splash because he would have landed right on Razor's face. Oh, was active until 2020? Holy shit. Ooh. Oh, the ribs. I forgot about the ribs. Oh man, is he going to get a win here? He is. He is. What is the click in the doghouse? What month? Remember there was the click met with Vince, remember? Like they called Vince and he flew to a house show or something like that where they said that they're doing everything all wrong. It feels like that would have been around this time, but so far we've seen the 1-2-3 Kid and Razor take losses here. This, I guess, is what would catapult Mabel into his championship match with Diesel the following month, that and the King of the Ring victory. Wow. Don't do that. Don't dance. Todd with the haircut. Todd, not sure how I feel about you in a leather vest. Who's this guy? Jerry Jarrett? He sounds very excited. Who is this guy? The big guy with the guitar, does not seem amused by Todd at all. Todd, you play too much. Man, Mountain Rock. Look at him. Only people who know this movie well will laugh at this. If you ever seen the movie A League of Their Own, damn Billy, girls baseball movie, right? Marla, the big cleanup hitter, the one that hits all the home runs. Tell me she don't look like Man Mountain Rock. Look up Marla from A League of Their Own and look at her eyes, and then look at Man Mountain Rock's eyes. It's the same person. Man Mountain Rock is Marla. The Bomb Squad. You guys are all dressed like idiots. You got a guy with green eyeballs. You got Bam Bam in his fire vest. You got two cowboys in there. And an angry former girls baseball player from the 1940s. All right, those are very happy lumberjacks. Vince, I don't like your outfit. I don't like your unbuttoned shit going on. Oh, he's doing the honky tonk man thing or the Elvis thing? I hate Lawler. I hate your face, Jerry Lawler. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see. Jeff Jarrett's finally going to have to sing now. Vince wants him to choke. I feel like if I listen to this music, I just need to be eating a piece of fried chicken or something. Or a biscuit, maybe some corn. Something southern. Maybe some ribs. Ooh, ribs. Yeah. Yeah, ribs. I could go for a slab. I ain't going to lie right now. A strut. Jarrett, I like you much better when you're hanging around a Briscoe family chicken farm. I'd rather have you at Mark Briscoe's house than in my house. That's for sure. Check my Twitter DMs. Is Jessica Alba trying to get in touch with me again? God, she's relentless, I swear. All right, I'll check it and make her day if I have time. But right now, I'm kind of hanging out with you guys. Sorry, Jessica, I don't have time. Oh, I love that, Zach. That's cool. I love that old damn. You got a figure collection, my friend. Holy crap. That's awesome. I love how they're playing his music. Is Bruce Pritchard still doing that? I have not listened to a Something to Wrestle in quite some time. But does he still bust into With My Baby Tonight every now and then? That's got to be getting old. It's been like 5-6 years of that. You go get a big serving of crow. Yeah, because that's how teenagers talk in 1995. You're going to eat crow. Maybe grits. Yeah, but grits suck. Were these magic grits? Did you buy them from the same guy who sold Jack his beanstalk beans? All right, here we go. Jeff. He's so terrible. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, look, now the guy's getting into it, the guitar player. I don't know who he is, but he is grumpy. A grumpy southerner. If he was alive today, he'd probably be complaining about Biden. Biden's ruining your children and all that shit. He's trying to rape your children. That Joe Biden. Or all that shit they say down there. WWE put this shit on Full Metal. They took up track space for With My Baby Tonight. I have 3 copies of that CD. This is the worst fucking song I've ever heard. I mean, when you hear it, it is Rhodey. I mean, that's definitely Road Dogg. That's his voice. Vince is impressed. I mean, how many times do they have to rehearse this shit? I mean, it's a pretty good lip syncing job. And then when the real Double J would come back in 96, they would kind of refer back to this and say, see, he's lip syncing. I'm like, Vince, you produced it. It's not even a good song. Drummer with the headphones, he's getting it. He's getting him some. I like Stand Back better. I like Girls and Cars better. I think I'm country musicist. I'm racist against country music. I'm prejudiced against country music. Sometimes I just have a bad attitude about it. I mean, I guess the song, I mean, all country songs are just about a woman. That's all they sing about. But I mean, I guess I could understand, yeah, tonight, like if it's the middle of the day and you're singing, like, I'm going to be with my baby tonight. And that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe it would make you want to sing. But fucking 95, man. Look at this guy on the soundboard. I didn't think it would be funnier to have somebody who's like the missing member of Guar or something like that and try to perform some shit they do. It can be a hardcore rocker. The dude in the background with the vest. Curious who the guy's helping him out here. Like that guitar guy seems like somebody who knows what he's doing. There's so much wrong with this presentation. These backup singers are fine, but I think they could be doing more. The dude in the background's got to lose the vest. The keyboard guy just needs to be out of view completely. And Grumpy Gus with the guitar here needs to go suck down a baby back rib and get off my TV. Look at Vince. He's like, up. Vince is eating that crow. Did you guys go get your plate of crow? I have mine here. I'm going to have a bite in a minute. It's delicious. It's good with ranch. Oh, now they're... Ain't I great? You're mediocre at best. Ain't I mediocre at best? That should be the name of the album. Here's Rhodey. I'm low-key pulling for Jarrett and Lethal at Double or Nothing. I kind of want... When Jeff first showed up in AEW, I'm like, oh, fuck me. But now that he's there, I'm like, this is okay. One of my favorite theme songs of this era, was Diesel. I loved his... It sounded like Roseanne, the TV show Roseanne, but with some drums and bass. She took off. SummerSlam was such a bad pay-per-view. They had bad pay-per-view after bad pay-per-view. WrestleMania 11 sucked. King of the Ring sucked. SummerSlam sucked. Royal Rumble was okay. Survivor Series was good. But, man, 95 was rough. Rough. Ben, I liked Jeff's TNA and WCW theme better than anything he did in WWE. I liked the Slapnuts theme. I thought it was good. That like Kid Rock knockoff. Even though I hate Kid Rock. Look at him. Look at this guy. Tampa Bay Devil Rays. He stinks. Look at this little hick here. Dang, look at her. Big Shirley. Who's this? Little Zach? He's pretty good. No, his name's probably like Colton or something. Or Gunner. Uh-oh, we got a hog farmer coming out. Todd, I'm loving the hair, man. I gotta say. Ew, slop. Oh, that's right. He's a heel still. Henry O. Godwin. 1995. And fucking, what's a Canterbury here is a moose. Like, you should have just brought him in as a big country fucking ass kicker. Like hardcore hillbilly Jim. That's all you needed. You don't even need the yellow shirt. Just put the overalls. Remember when him and Phineas kind of turned heel and they were just wearing the overalls and they were shirtless underneath? Just do that with him. Just make him a heel. Make him a scary heel. He could be as good. He could be as menacing as a Vader or a Stan Hansen or anybody like that. But no, he's got to be Henry O. Godwin. Bam Bam with his third theme song in WWE. He had that saxophone job in the 80s, and then he had the slow bam, bam theme when he was a heel, and now he's got this shit. The one in the 80s was the best one. Yeah, this is very... Oh, Bam Bam no-sells it. I would think Bam Bam's going to win this. And shit, help me out on Bam Bam too. Let me think. Bam Bam, I don't think we're. Oh, yes, he did. I was about to say, did he even work Survivor Series? Because I don't even remember him having a SummerSlam match. But then he worked Gold Dust, right, at Survivor Series. And I think he was out of the company after that. So Bam Bam is on his way out. Main evented WrestleMania 11 and was gone by the next WrestleMania. I think Daniel Bryan's the only one to do that. We Are Pro Wrestling. Do I have that stat right? Who's main evented a WrestleMania and then not been there the following year? Bam Bam and Daniel Bryan. Off the top of my head. There's got to be some others. I'd say probably Sid would be on that list too, right? WrestleMania 13? Because he wasn't there by the time they got. He was gone right after that. So it's Sid, Bam Bam, Daniel Bryan. Oh. I don't know if Shawn counts. Because he was technically at WrestleMania 15 after his main event. So he probably does not count. Ooh. Hell, Foley probably doesn't count either because he was also at WrestleMania 17 reffing Vince and Shane, right? Quitting the $1 Million Team. No, Flair 92 does not count. He did not main event WrestleMania at WrestleMania 8. Hogan, technically, Juliet, you're right. No, you're not. Sorry. Oh, wait. No, you're not. You're not right about that. Because at WrestleMania 8, he main evented, but he did work WrestleMania 9. Tag match. So Hogan does not count. I don't think Batista counts either. I'm talking main events here. Did Batista go on last in 2010? I don't think he did. I think it was Shawn and Taker, right? So no, Batista doesn't count either. I guess Shawn might, since he main evented with Taker. That was his retirement match. But shit, he did the Hall of Fame and appeared at WrestleMania the next year. So I think you're disqualified, or if you're a peer or you're still with the company in some capacity, you're disqualified. But I'm saying main eventing a WrestleMania, and by the time the next year's WrestleMania comes around, you're no longer in the company at all. I can only think of 3 people so far that have done that. Oh. Yes, Ryan, you're right. Batista main evented WrestleMania 30. You're right. No. Yes, he did. I was like, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Okay, Batista. So that's 4. I was thinking you meant Batista and like Cena in 2010. I totally forgot about his comeback. So yeah, that's right. I stand corrected. Bam Bam Bigelow was such a great dude. He was pretty well liked. He had not everybody loved him, but he saw a lot of eras. You know, he was there, working the main events with Hogan in the 80s when he was there in the late 80s. And then he would leave, then he'd go do Japan stuff, and then come back to the WWE again after the 80s era and work this era. And then he'd go to ECW and WCW during the Attitude Era. So Bam Bam, he did a lot. His life was cut way too short, man. He was a hero. There was some story 20-something years ago of him like saving somebody from a burning house or something. The dude, he was awesome. Missed hard. Missed that, but. Oh, Ryan, I forgot. So Juliet, I think, said technically Hogan. And I think she's right about that because if you count WrestleMania 9, then yeah. Yo, Bam Bam got him. Sweet. So yeah, that's what y'all are for, to see how many names we can add. That's up to 5. Yes, Hogan counts because he won the title at WrestleMania 9, which I completely forgot about, and then would not be there for 10. Slaughter wouldn't count because he was still there at WrestleMania 8. Oh, he's got the slop. Get your ass out of here, HOG. Yeah, look up the story. I don't remember if it was a burning house or a burning apartment. He was a hero. That's all I know. He saved somebody's life. I just can't recall the story because it's probably been over 10 years since I've read about it. Sid twice. I forgot about. Yeah, we didn't even mention Sid. Look at We Are Pro Wrestling dropping knowledge. So Sid's a 2-time. Oh, who is this? Oh, that's Bob Backlund. I'd vote for you. You can't vote, you little shit. How old are you? I like his Kurt Cobain shirt, though. Nice. And Lakers jersey in Nashville? Fucking West Coast represent. Seattle and LA. Seattle Mariners hat. See, there's some cool people in Nashville. By the way, I have 2 guest podcast appearances coming up. Still working out the dates on both, but I'll fill you in on the details on that soon. I don't mean guests coming on me. I mean me going there. I've agreed to do a couple of them, and I'm looking forward to it. Sean looks so good. Sean, nobody called you on your birthday? That's right. Sean's birthday is in July. The next year in 96, he would do the cake with Sonny and all of that. I'm pretty sure that taping was also in Seattle. That was one where Ahmed got injured. Shawn Michaels back as a babyface. This was weird, but I remember in 95, like oddly liking it because I was always a big fan of Shawn in the ring. And Shawn now being a babyface, I thought was interesting that they were pulling it off. Wonder who would now Shawn. Most people feel would lose any real fight he was ever in. I don't think Jeff Jarrett is not tough, but I don't think he's super tough either. So I wonder who would win in a shoot between Shawn in 95 between Shawn and Jarrett. I feel like Shawn looks like he would win because aside from the Village People outfit, he is got a rugged look to him. But I don't know. Jarrett might surprise him. There you go. Bam Bam rescued 3 kids from a fire in 2000, got second-degree burns on 40% of his body, spent 10 days in the hospital. So yeah, I was about right on the time. I knew it was about over 20 years ago. And I didn't realize it was 3 kids. I do remember he got injured. I do remember him being in the hospital. And I remember I thought it was fire, but cool. Bam Bam's a hero. Died just a couple years after that. Brock and Ronda would count. Maybe. They were still in the company, though. I mean, I don't think Brock and Ronda were contractless at that time. I don't think they were free agents, I think they were kind of there just waiting to be brought back. So that's the asterisk. It technically counts, but I'm trying to think of people that were not in the company at all in any capacity by the time we got to that next year. And look at that outfit on Double J. That thing is obnoxious. I'm ready for Shawn's entrance. I'm ready. listening to Vince mark out for it. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. The most flamboyant. I'm like, is that really the word you want to use, Vince? Flamboyant? Man, he never shut the fuck up about Sean's flamboyance. I'm like, you can use that word to describe Sean, but I'm not sure if it's going to be my go-to word to describe him. But it was for Vince. Vince loved flamboyance. And I think we all know why. I love that even the announcers got the shit on. Listen to this crowd. Typical Vince. Vince is so Vince. Just a sexy boy. And I thought it was cool. Like, Sean's going to, because I felt like Sean was going to win this hands down. I'm like, cool. Sean's going to win the Intercontinental title as a babyface. I remember being kind of shocked that Sean felt a little bit more important on the card than Brett at the time. I mean, Sean never really got crazy pops. Like, this whole routine, it's a weird thing to cheer for. But Sean's saving grace is that he was Michael Jordan in the ring. Really excellent comparison, I think. Diesel has always coined Sean the Michael Jordan. And not because of the necessarily championships he won or anything, just about just full on dependability in terms of when he's in there, you're guaranteed to see a good match. He's always comes through in the clutch. Michael Jordan never lost any smiles, although he kind of did. He did lose a smile for 3 years and retired, or 2 years. So I guess maybe they're even more similar than I thought. Both had attitudes. Both knew how great they were. Michael Jordan was very much aware of his greatness, and he reminded people whenever they'd listen. Hey, just like the old days, Sean checking himself in the IC. Now, this is around the time period where guys, you saw Todd lost the mullet. Sid's still rocking his. I think some of the referees still have him. But this is about the time where Sean's starting to grow his hair out. You know, instead of having that business in the front shit, you know, growing it all one length. And I remember when I started growing my hair long, that's what I wanted. I wanted just all one length for it to start here, just go straight back. And that's kind of the look I was going for. And then Sean would do that and lose that mullet nonsense here. He's in the middle of the transition right now. Now, these guys had met when Sean was younger. I know when Jarrett was younger. I think Sean was still in WWE and he went and worked a USWA match with Jarrett back when Jarrett was probably about 20 pounds lighter than he is here. Oh, Andy, yeah. Which year is this in your house? 1995. I should have put that on the description. Sorry about that. I even thought about it too when I was putting the overlay together, but I was really behind on getting my shit together last night. And I was like, oh, this will do fine. I should have thrown the date up there. Didn't even think about it. John McEnroe. Johnny Mac is in the news in 95 still. That's awesome. That makes me happy. You got to watch out for that Johnny Mac. I like this colors in this match. Blue and white. I never understood what was going on here with Jarrett and that look that he chose. That thing had to be a pain in the ass to put on. I'd be like, God damn it, these straps are all getting messed up, or they're getting tangled, or they're overlapping. I'd be all worried about my straps. Sean's gonna skin it here, isn't he? Yep, there he is. And he does it so quickly. He doesn't even take forever to skin the cat. Because skinning the cat's a stupid move if your opponent's in the ring. Because they can just come and knock your ass right back off. I love the sign in the front row, the double J, Jerk Jarrett. Jerk Store. The Jerk Store called. They're running out of you. It's like the wrestling sign equivalent of Jerk Store. That's a big gap there on the side with the seats. You see that? It's weird how they set the arena up here. Sean, you don't want the ref to count. I'd want the belt. I don't understand. I've never understood it. Well, I guess I do understand it. It's wrestling. But now Rhodey just did it. Like whenever a wrestler does something smart, pointing to the head is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. He just walked around the whole ring going like this. Like I went under the ropes and came back out. That means I'm smart. And I'm going to point to my head for a minute and a half. And then Rhodey's going to point to my head too, referring to the brain that's supposedly in there and how smart that it is. Like when wrestlers over pantomime stuff in the ring when they're trying to tell the referee, no, I tagged him. You just didn't see it. And they're trying to do the motions with the hands. I'm like, oh my God, enough already. We can see what's happening. You don't need to spell it out for us. We're not idiots. Well, some are. Yeah, we get it. You're smart. Point to your head. Oh. I mean, technically they're former DX members, but they were never in DX together. Missed each other by one day. Up, Sean's going up. I mean, Sean never got too like this was the extent of how crazy he would get from the top. I mean, I know when he'd have his comeback in 02, he's diving off through ladders and shit, but here, that move that he did here, he does at WrestleMania 11 or WrestleMania 12. It's kind of his go-to top rope move, and he doesn't really do too many moonsaults through tables during this time. Y'all, I'm gonna start looking like Goldberg soon. That gray is coming in. It is coming in, y'all. What do I do about that? Get that shit Paul Bearer used? Oh, nice. He missed. Oh, what a bump. He took that same bump at WrestleMania 12. I actually think he landed this one harder. Real slow. Lawler wants to whack off to Sean taking that bump. Ooh, good sell by Sean on the steps. Vince putting him over. Ooh, front face slam or front suplex. Sean with a kick out. Oh, yeah, there might be some NHL and NBA going on tonight. We got Oilers over the Golden Knights right now. Lakers put away Golden State yesterday, so no game 7 there. LeBron with 40, whatever it is, playoff series wins, an all-time record, yet another all-time record. He might set the all-time record for people who have the most all-time records, creating a whole new all-time record. It's like all-time record inception. Abdominal stretches are weird. This one does not look like it's stretching his abdominals at all. It looks like it's stretching his shoulder. All of the stress is happening on Sean's shoulder right now and not his abdominals. Big DDT. Oh yeah, Celtics knocked off Philly. Boy, that's got to be a fun rivalry for those cities out there. They're pretty close together. Boston's not that far from Philly. The people there are kind of the same. And I bet the trash talk is pretty epic. Like, people from Philly, Boston, look, y'all are both annoying. This biased official, Earl Hebner. Oh. Oh, Vince, I didn't even realize he had some. I didn't even realize we lost Vince for a while there. Oh, Sean with the bump. He likes that bump too. You know, I think Lakers and Celtics would just be fun for the marquee to revisit that again. But I also think Lakers and Heat would be fun because uh, Spoelstra, he's still there, right? In Miami. That's incredible how long he's been there. Winning some championships with LeBron and everything, and to face him in the finals would be cool. LeBron going back to Miami and all that would be fun. Oh, Rhodey, you bastard. That's what the Rhodey's good. Look at him dancing away. I remember at the time thinking, like, who the fuck is this guy? He is something else. I win by count out. Jeff Jarrett just decides this by himself. I win by count out. I can't believe there's a team called Kraken. Oh, yeah, Mike. These red, white, and blue ropes would stay until probably 97. 97 is when they started getting away from that. I feel like they started toying with all red ropes around the summer of 97. I remember seeing that a few times. But the red, white, and blue would stay. I mean, aside from them changing it up for a WrestleMania here or there, like WrestleMania 10 or something, they would stay until at least International Incident in 96. Probably even beyond that. Were the ropes red, white, and blue at Survivor Series 96? I don't remember. I think they were. They'd be red, white, and blue in 97 for SummerSlam, too. So they'd be around. Would probably be 98 when they were gone for good. Sleeper hold. Sean, do the arm thing. Imagine if you did this in the UFC. You haven't won until his arm is unresponsive 3 times, which could take minutes. I remember as a little kid when they would do that spot, I remember thinking, like, is that what everybody does? Like, if I were to get choked out here, like on the playground at school, if they lifted my arm up and it dropped twice, it wouldn't drop 3 times, and that's what would wake me up. I just thought maybe everybody had that reflex. Ground Zero would be the final Ray Frand. Yeah, because that was also the end of that pay-per-view set, right? I think Ground Zero, they were still doing the house, right? And then I think it was gone. That was it. No more house. Okay, we're at an 8 count here. Sean's finally stirring. Earl's counting very slow. The match is still on. Jarrett with the shoulder up. Yeah, I meant to say 97 when I said SummerSlam or Survivor Series 96 earlier. I meant to say 97, but I remembered kind of in my head of the screw job, and I just misspoke the year. All right, Sean's on his comeback here. Oh, Zane, I'll hit that super chat in a second after this match. But yeah, I want to talk about the Orton stuff. Moonsault coming to Jeff. Oh no, at double axe. Double axe. Sean. Cover. That's a Bret Hart cover. Perhaps. I can see you guys see the diesel pyro taped to the ring post. I didn't realize they did that. It's up there on the top, but then it's taped. The cable is taped all the way down with like matching blue tape. As Jarrett kicks out. It's a pretty long match. Oh, Jarrett, you're in trouble. Oh. I would hate to take that. And I'd hate to have heat with the guy I was wrestling if I was going to take that bump. Jarrett's trying to call timeout. Oh, Brody crotched Sean. I forgot. Is that who? Did the Lakers already play the Heat when they won during the COVID year? Did they beat the Heat? I didn't even know that or forgot that. So I guess that match has already happened. Oh, oh, down goes Earl. Hmm. Well, dang. See, I'm kind of checked out from sports, so I guess I forgot that. I remember the Lakers winning that year, but I totally forgot who their opponents were. Oh, Rhodey in with the chop block with a Earl bump. Earl sees nothing. Jarrett thinks it's over. And now Rhodey's going over to wake up Earl. Come on, Earl, you got to better call somebody. Earl's up, selling. Big high cross onto Sean. He hit it too. No, he didn't. Earl does legitimately look wrecked. Oh, that's right. Oh, this is it. Super kick. Boom. For the win. Rhodey turned his back, thinking he was going to trip Sean. Look at her. And trips Jeff Jarrett instead. Jarrett turns around to yell at Rhodey. And as soon as he turns back to Sean, he eats a super kick. Sean pins him, and look at him. He looks great with the Intercontinental title. I remember being pretty happy that Sean was IC champ right here. I kind of thought that was cool, despite its lameness, and it would get worse. Two dudes with attitudes. Give me a break. Sean is Intercontinental champion. And I did like a lot of the photo ops they did with Sean and Diesel with both belts. I just thought it looked cool. And then they'd give him the tags in a very bizarre at the next In Your House. Very weird match with Davey taking Owen's place. There's only one belt at the end of it because I think Owen forgot it or something. It just was all a mess. And they undid everything the next night on Raw. Oh, that must be his girlfriend at the time. Nice. See, it's 90. They still got the thing in the front of the hair. What were they doing? Every girl I went to high school with had that. We called it the poof. Camaro hair, Trans Am hair. I was always partial to Camaro hair. Sean going back into his garage. God. All right, Barry's going to show us some merch. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he is. He's back here with everybody. He's got the Heartbreak Kid red t shirt in, tucked into his jeans, by the way, because in 1995, that was acceptable. I tucked some shit into jeans in the 90s. Saying that out loud is just bizarre. If I got a pair of jeans on, the last thing I'm doing is tucking anything into it. Look at who is this guy? Oh, that's the other Techno Boy 5000. It's Eric Watson. I forget the other one. Ricky Thunderbump. God, Billy Gunn's got the mullet. PJ's out there with a yellow jock strap on his face. How's that crow taste? All right, so now they're planting the seeds with Rhodey, and then something happens. Jarrett's pissed and he legit leaves. Doc, what's up? Doc, brother, easy. I thought that was Gold Dust for a second. I'm like, he hasn't even debuted yet. That was way too much Doc Hendricks than anybody should have to suffer through. My God. Oh my God. So he's just reporting on crack that the Roadie and Jarrett had a falling out backstage and they're yelling at each other. And I guess that's the setup or the tease for the SummerSlam match that would never happen. Owen showing his muscles. Love it. Fuji, come on, hurry up, Fuji. Taking forever. I forgot about this match. I've talked about the Allied Powers before and how I was kind of a mark for them. I thought it was a good idea to put them together. You had to do something with Luger. They made a great looking team. It was like a modern day version of the Can-Am connection, only with main eventers or, former title holders. They meshed their themes and it worked. I thought it sounded great. It's one of the first mashups I think we ever got in wrestling. Help me out with mashups before 1995. And this would be the last pay-per-view match for Lex Luger in WWE. He'd show up at SummerSlam. He'd do a run-in. And he'd go to Nitro tomorrow. But it was out, man. It wasn't quite yet. I'd say the next month, beginning of August. I remember I had a couple of different ways of gathering wrestling news, and one of them was a hotline I would call. And I'll never forget the dude's voice. He says, just point blank, around the beginning of August, he says, some people believe that Lex Luger is already in WCW. And I was like, what? Already in WCW? The very next day, or extremely recently after that, I'm watching Raw, and Bulldog comes out in the Diesel thing when he goes heel, and he's going to be Diesel's partner first. And he says, hey, my partner is in Atlanta. And I'm like, holy shit, they're even acknowledging that he's leaving. But he'll be back or whatever he said. And that's the night that Davey Boy turned heel. And then Luger would try to help Diesel, I think, at SummerSlam. He'd do a run-in, but after that, he was Nitro bound. And this is kind of cool. Yokozuna and Lex Luger, 2 years after the body slam on the Intrepid, as Vince mentions. Yoko and Luger. Things have changed in 2 years. Yoko's getting on the limited side. He's so huge. Lawler, I hate your fucking jokes, especially when you repeat them. Yoko was so good with those headbutts. My God. I guess he wasn't that limited. He looks all right here. He didn't look great in the First in your house. Is Lex going to try to slam him here? Nope. See, I felt this match should have been SummerSlam because they put Allied Powers together earlier on in the year. They did have a win at WrestleMania. And then I think you should have just built them and then done this at SummerSlam and maybe put the belts on the Allied Powers. I think Luger and Davey would have looked good with the tag belts. Plus, it would have kept Luger around, maybe even kept him happy because now he's finally a champion in the company after all this time. And teaming with Davey, they'd be a strong team. You got a Royal Rumble winner, a guy on the cusp of winning the WWE title, and Davey, already a former Intercontinental Champion and tag champ at this point. Oh, what happened to Owen? Oh, Yoko fell and landed on. Was he really mad? Dissension? Oh. That would take a while for this to come to a head. I mean, Yoko and Owen would be on the same side all the way for the rest of the year. So this early dissension is interesting. Luger and Davey should be taking advantage of this. Oh, they made up. That's so nice. Whew. While this match is sluggish, let me go back up here and talk to Zane because I mentioned him earlier, who dropped in a very generous $10. Thank you so much, Zane. With the situation Orton is in, did you hear about Orton possibly contemplating retirement? No, but somebody brought it up earlier, and I have not heard this. I guess it was coming from Orton's dad. He might be contemplating it if he's experiencing setbacks in his recovery or his injury or whatever's going on. Maybe it's not going as well, but there's still a lot of questions. He might be thinking about it. He's had a full career. He's got no reason to think he's got any more to prove at this point. I would like to see him come back, though, but if something happened and Orton had to hang him up, at least he's had a full career, but hopefully not, because he can come back and win another title. I think it'd be awesome. And they would bring back the red, white, and blue ropes on occasion during the old school Raws. Yeah. And they would bust them out here and there. I remember seeing them a couple of times. I want to say, like in 2004, like the Eddie and JBL match, didn't we see it at like Great American Bash for the red, white, and blue? I thought that was cool. There was at least one. It was one of the bashes. That was a scary bump by Owen. There's a lot of tag team titles between these guys in this ring because Owen would hold them with Davey too. I'll be back in 1 second. I could hear all the way over here Vince McMahon talking about how long they're going to stay with him till 8:58 Eastern, and it makes me think about how WWE really had to fight and beg for time. I mean, their pay-per-views were so rigidly timed. I mean, it had to be 2 hours and 45 minutes. I think maybe they had 3 hours technically if they had to go that far over, but they made it a rule to never go beyond that. And I think with that infamous match with Goldberg and DDP and WCW, I think it went to that 3 hour mark and then over, and that's when it shut off. So they were 15 minutes over their normal runtime too with that match and still went over. The doctor said Orton is done. Well, I have been at work all day. I have not seen any wrestling news. So if that's what's going on around there or going on, that sucks. But I'm sure I will take a look at some of that stuff tonight, but I've been out of the loop all day. That's a bummer. So yeah, I'm not really educated enough to talk about it because I haven't heard or read anything about the Randy Orton stuff. But I hope he's not done, man. That's a bummer. Owen would not play a joke on Yokozuna because he would know the next time they were traveling together, Yoko would fart in the car and roll the windows up and turn the heat on, full blast. And he's so big, he can just box out anybody trying to get into the controls. And he can just lock the windows. Just make sure you got a couple guys in the back seat. Make sure you're on the interstate so you can't jump out. And just rip wet ones the whole time and turn the heat on full blast. That's pain. That'll make you wonder if it's all worth it. Oh, that sunset was crazy looking. That was a count of three. Look out, Davey. We are near the end here, too, of Babyface Davey. This is kind of cool. This is the end of the long hair on the British Bulldog. He would never have it again. It's about another month or so. I remember the first time after Davey turned heel and he was on TV with Cornette with the haircut. I was blown away. I was like, holy shit, he looks like 1986 Davey Boy. Hadn't seen that guy in a while. Because then he was in with the braids and all that. He had the same look in WCW. He had some version of long hair for a long time. So about probably a good 5 years or so to see him look younger again. It was crazy. Luger's got the hot tag. You know how we've talked about in a lot of these watch-alongs how guys change their looks and sometimes it's not always for the better or it's tough to get used to them. We talked about Triple H's transition from the long boys to the short trunks and how it didn't look right at first, but then it kind of grew on you. Davey Boy was one of the best instant transitions, instant improvements, because when he went to the short hair and he put the long boys on, he looked so good. Way better than he does here. One, Luger. I just love that Luger can never catch a break against Yokozuna. I mean, he had the body slam, but other than that, Yoko's gotten the better of him. Even when Yoko lost at SummerSlam, he still kept his belt. Oh. Wow, that was a loud. Oh, wow. Double belly to back. Poor Lex. He's going to get nailed again. The luck this guy has. Oh. Oh, no. Yoko's going to pin him and win. I love it. Yeah, I can see why the rumors were Lex might be going to WCW. I mean, he just straight up lost to Yoko there. Wow. See, if Luger was sticking around, and that's probably why the Allied Powers didn't win here, because Luger was in the middle of contract re-ups or negotiations, so they couldn't really belt him. But it's a shame if Luger was not heading back to WCW and he had another 3 years on his deal or whatever, I would have totally put the belts on the Allied Powers. And then you can do the split after that, turn Davey heel and turn on Lex, all that stuff. Oh, good. So we've got Puerto Rico, Canada, and the U.S. for the WWF Superstar line. $1.49 per minute for us, $1.99 for y'all fools. Ha, suck it. We get 50 cents cheaper. America. Billing starts when option is chosen. Oh, look at that. Get that white strap out of there, man. Phone number no longer active. That's a shame. Oh man, see, Ronnie, you're a horse. I'm just sitting here bitching like a baby about my 9 to 5 that I work today. You're doing a 14-hour shift and Mother's Day on top of that. You're younger and more capable than me, man. I am exhausted and now I feel bad for complaining because it sounds like you had a rougher one. They went pretty quick with all of that, I thought, at the time. And I think part of it is because of how the WrestleMania 11 match was booked. Oh, there's the move. Okay. So it was both. It was the choke slam and the power bomb that hurt his elbow. You had to call out of work today, Victor, on Mother's Day? Damn. Calling out has never been an option for me. I've never called in sick in my life. I can't. Look at Diesel. Even back then, James Andrews was doing everything. And he points at Sid. Is this how the match ended? Did Sid just bitch out? And it's a, oh no, it's not a count out. He probably kills Tatanka here. Yeah, so Sid was made to look like such a pussy. Like when he was last here in 1992, he was a scary dude. Working with Hogan in the main event. Now he's back and he's no, you would not talk to a wrestler or something at all, Jay Lambo. It would just be a recording. So Sean's just recording that. And so when you call, all you're going to do is listen to Sean's recording. Nothing is live or anything. Or wait, maybe you can listen live, maybe. There's might be a live option, but you're like, click 1 to hear Shawn Michaels comments, click 2 to hear Jeff Jarrett's comments. You'll just do that. Or press 2, not click 2. All right, check out Triple H as a lumberjack. He had just gotten there. Fucking still wet behind the ears. Here comes Loser Razor. You lost to Mabel. Are you kidding me? Here comes Marla from A League of Their Own. Here comes Johnny Thunderbutt, number 1. There's 30 dudes out there. They even had 30 guys on the roster. He does look like Vinny Vegas. They would have made a great tag team. I wonder if they're brothers. He's going to finish it once and for all. Belt looks good on him, though. Diesel's a good-looking champ. Look at him. Oh, my God. Look at these guys. Creatures of the night. What a gig. How do you get that gig? You need some extra work here at Titan Towers. What do you got to do? You're going to be a creature of the night. Can you cross your eyes? Good. How pale are you? Excellent. Yeah, Taker probably did work a dark match. They did the same thing at the first In Your House. There was a ton of before and matches after. Here comes Diesel. I think one of my favorite Diesel entrances is at WrestleMania 11 when he steals Pamela Anderson. He just kind of sticks his arm out and he's got that eyebrow. Like, he's so hilarious. I think that's why I liked Diesel a lot back in the day. Me and my roommate, we got such a big kick out of anytime it's not really a city that would come up often in conversation, but anytime either one of us had a chance to say Tupelo, Mississippi, we jumped on it, all because of Kevin Nash. Tupelo, Mississippi. Like he was a lot like Jericho. I know that's a weird comparison too, but Jericho had a lot of that. He could just be funny without trying, and Nash could do that too. Triple H does not approve. His American blue blood ears cannot handle this Roseanne rock song. I cannot deal with Techno Team 2000 number 2's hair. Johnny Thunder Butt or whatever his name is. Got the Harris twins out there. Diesel's on the babyface side. He just got thrown in. Or, I'm sorry, Sid. He's right back out there again. As thin as your roster was, man, I feel like they just really rushed a lot of this shit. I would have kept Sid with Shawn a little longer and then do a split a little bit later on and then just build this Diesel and Sid match for SummerSlam. But once these In Your Houses hit the calendar, because this was the beginning of the 12-month pay-per-view format, it forced them to go fast. And you noticed it. I noticed it. And I'm like, normally they drag this shit out a little further. But now you have to put something on these pay-per-views. So by the time you got to SummerSlam, the whole thing was over. Oh, man, they're mauling poor Diesel. We got a gigolo Jimmy Del Rey. Oh, we got Fatu's out there making changes. Shawn just jumps off the top rope. That's awesome. This is 1995 WWF at its finest. Here comes 1, 2, 3 Kid. Irwin is out there. Along with Henry O. Godwin, which if you spell out his initials has H-O-G, and H-O-G says or spells hog. Get it? See what they did? So great. So clever. I got an idea. What if his initials are hog? Ha ha. Boy, see, what we talked about Diesel and his popularity earlier. The crowd is about as energetic as they've been all night. Granted, the entire roster is out there. Jean-Pierre Lafitte is also there. No Brett to be seen. Brett's above this. I just love that Triple H is out there with Candido, Spicoli, Mantar, and somebody else. Down goes Diesel. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to read this Orton stuff that you guys are talking about, but I have not seen anything today. So, I mean, I literally came straight home and lights were on. And here I am. So I haven't had any in between time. I'm tired. So I'll be checking that out and relaxing later. Brett beat Lafitte in a dark match. Thank you for that fact. Sid in control. But he's not going to stand any chance when you have Man Mountain Rock out there. It's just too much on Diesel's side. Look at Sid sell. He's stiff as a board, Sid, you know? Like everything he does is kind of real stiff looking. Or I think I'd prefer Nash in the ring over Sid. I feel like Nash is better. But neither one of them are Kane or Undertaker. Oh, Diesel, is that what you want to be doing there, WWE champion? I mean, he's big enough to take out a few guys, but Diesel top rope planchaing onto the heels was not on my bingo card, as they say. That's the most athletic shit I've ever seen Diesel do ever. Uh-oh, 619. If Nash hit Sid with a 619, we'd stay up all night and watch Every In Your House. Maybe for a members only, we'll do Good Friends, Better Enemies. I like that one. Oh, yeah, this is way before the curtain call. Ooh. And Diesel's still champ. Oh, so they're setting up Mabel and Diesel here too. Mabel just got him. The fact that there's 30 wrestlers and one referee is hysterical. You have like 4 referees for the Royal Rumble. This is all 30 guys at once, and you got one referee? So Mabel just posted Diesel or smashed him on the post, then dropped the leg on the floor. Diesel's done. How can the heels, I was about to say, how can the baby faces not get over here? Can't you come from the other side? Oh, yeah. They're socked in. They're boxed out. Oh. Sid with his stomp. Spaz Phoenix is here. $11. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Hey, Greginator. Hope all is well. Cheap plug. Trailer for the Meg 2. There's a Meg 1. Like Megan or Megalodon. Movie review for Guardians of Galaxy 3 and a new episode of WWE last week covering everything from Backlash on. Well, that's a lot. Seems like a lot has happened since Backlash. Check out Spaz for all of that. And Guardians of the Galaxy, there's another one of those. I think I knew that. I might see that one day because I think I've seen the other ones, but I don't know what the Meg 2 is. Last movie we watched, stupid movie we watched, 90s comedy Airheads. We watched last week. I hadn't seen that in years. Diesel. Get it, Marla. That Sid sign looks like it says STD. It looks like they're holding up a sign that says STD. Right on. Way to go, Nashville. Power bomb to Sid. Or I'm sorry, power bomb to Diesel. And he nailed him. This dipshit did the same thing at the last match. He hit his finish. And then he has a picnic instead of covering him. There, now, finally. And we're going to get a kick out because you're fucking stupid, Sid. And I have half the brain that you do. Yeah, no shit. Nice backdrop. Stop beating on the... It's been a long day, guys. Stop beating on the mat. Don't give me a headache. I've been through enough shit today. Somebody told me they were allergic to salt. Sid's just going to leave the ring. I'm just going to go out here and attack you guys because this will be fun. I don't know what they were thinking with Techno Team 2000. Up, Sean's up top. Anything can happen. It's always anything. I mean, Vince, that was hardly the craziest thing we've ever seen. That was just somewhat cool. Up, Irwin, of all people. Okay, Diesel's gonna have to fight off a ton of heels here, and Diesel back in control again. Oh, that's it. You could tell that was the finish. Look at the way look at the way Sid rolled up. That was so bizarre. Diesel hits Sid with a boot. Sid goes down. Diesel immediately falls on him, and Sid just his feet, both of his legs, just straight back. Oh, and immediately Diesel's going after Mabel, and he folds Sid up, and then Sid is immediately out of the ring. Sid just sold weird, you know? I don't even know if he meant to do that, but it just looked terrible. Okay, I took my pin. I'm going to leave like fucking Gail Kim in that Battle Royal. I love Diesel's music. It's one of my favorites of 1995. Like, if I ever have to be introduced anywhere, I don't think I have to do a speech or anything like that. I'm going to try to use Diesel's song as my entrance song. I'm going to walk out slow. Chew gum. Watch out, guys. Are they going to do Diesel's pyro? Because there's some dudes on the ropes. Don't blow off Fatu's head. Okay, we're good. They just did the ceiling ones. Oh, nope, there they are. They got everybody out of there in time. Good. Phew. I wonder if there was anybody, literally somebody down there going, get the fuck out of the way. Oh my God. Cool. I'm glad we watched that. Oh, we're going to get the little post-show recap. I like these. I mean, props to the production team. This is 1995. And they have the capabilities to make a quick little video package here. It's probably not that hard. Just get everything ready, get some music all ready. You just got to drop your clips in. But on 1995 technology, I don't even think they'd gone digital yet. Or fully digital, I should say. Yo, Victor, would you be down to watch TNA's pay-per-view Hardcore Justice from 2010? It's on YouTube. Yeah, we could possibly do that. Is it like loaded with ads? Like I don't have, I've got premium, but let's say you don't. Are you going to have to watch like 10,000 ads through it? Because that could really mess with the timing. But yeah, we could do that, especially for a members only or something. Hardcore Justice. I'm trying to think if I've ever talked about that show ever. ECW reunion show, which I thought was really good. We could do that. Definitely would be interested in changing one up for sure. Yeah, I think there's a one night stand we're missing, right, Ray? And I think it's 06. We got to do that one too. Hey, it's time. It's about time for one night stands. It's going to be June. We'll definitely knock out one night stand in June for sure. We might even do it next. All right, cool. That is the end of In Your House number 2. So I'm glad that we kind of knocked out 2 In Your Houses in one day here on this channel with the full review of number 1 today and now a watch along of number 2 tonight. That was fun. I appreciate you guys being here with me after a really long day. I'm exhausted, so I'm going to get out of here. Raw tomorrow kind of looks like shit with what they've advertised. I don't foresee anything crazy happening. Of course, AJ won on SmackDown, so he'll be facing Rollins. So I assume it's just going to be a lot of Night of Champions build. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy, so I'm not going to plan any review tomorrow night because I'm going to need some rest. It's been a very long week for me, but I have a couple of mic drops queued up, ready to go. They'll hit the channel this week. Plus, I am going to have some Patreon content up, some full reactions there, maybe something on Bald Guy, finally starting to organize this stuff so I can pump some of it out. So that might be going on. And as of right now, I don't know about Wednesday. I'm going to try to be here to watch Dynamite live with you guys because that's going to be the night supposedly that Tony Khan's going to announce the new TV deal and possibly even the involvement of CM Punk. They might wait until the United Center show, but he might announce that as well. We'll find out. It's rumored to be a pretty big deal once he does make the announcement. So I'll try to be here Wednesday if I can. If not, you guys will see me at all the regular times this week, including 1 week from tonight, doubleheader again, members only watch along during the day. Elizabeth's going to join me just for the members. We're going to watch the Monday Night Raw. I believe it's sometime in July of '94 with the Bret Hart and 1-2-3 Kid match for the WWF title. That was phenomenal. One of the best matches in Raw history. We're going to watch that together, and then we'll be back in the evening to watch another classic pay-per-view. We just have to figure out what it's going to be. So I'm going to think about it, put a poll up on YouTube. You guys can vote, so keep a lookout for that. And we'll have those things figured out very soon. So you guys have a great rest of your night, great rest of your weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And thanks for being here. I will catch you guys real soon.